What's popping, guys? My name is Tempo, also known as Mad, and you're watching Factory 78. I feel like my first introduction to music was through my popsy. But I've never told him this. I said this yesterday, and I'm saying it again today. And I feel like I'm saying this because I'm really far from home. So he probably won't get to hear this. But yeah, I feel like it was my first introduction because he used to play a bunch of classic songs, reggae music, high life, all of that. So I feel like subconsciously I just, I gravitated towards music, at a really young age. But I didn't have like a hands-on experience until I joined the band, the church band. Until I joined the church band, nah, it was an Anglican church actually, but I'm not Anglican per se. I was born in a Catholic family, but the music in the Catholic church is way, way, way calmer and way, way. It's really chill music. Really chill music. So that really wasn't what I was going for. So I lived with this. I lived with some of my folks, an auntie, an uncle for a while, for some years. That was when I joined the Anglican church, and to be honest, I only really liked it because of the music, because they had a band, they had a functioning band at the time. So yeah, so I joined as the youngest at the time. I joined, I was trying to learn this, learn the drums, tried my hands on the keyboard, tried my hands on the guitars. I was a bit all over the place, you know. But they made me focus on the drums really, But I wanted to touch this, I wanted to touch this, I wanted to help the band really, because I had all these ideas in my head, you know. I had gone to what's the name of the other churches? So there's the Catholic, there's the Anglican, there's the no, no, not the Cele ones. The more vibe, the poppy church, like the Redeemed Church, the yeah, Pentecost. So those ones like Bedu and everything. They play crazy music. Like they go really crazy with the music. They do all the modern stuff. But Anglican churches, especially that one, it was more high life, Igbo high life, maybe sometimes Yoruba. So I'll try to like bring some of that modern vibe into what they had going on at the time, but they really weren't having it. So I didn't like that. I really didn't like that they weren't allowing me to share my ideas. I could only play a certain thing, I could only play it this way. If I tried to do some crazy things, like they just give me this eye, what are you doing?
Like what you're doing right now, huh?
Was that?
Like the type of music you're making right now, trying it.
Yeah, I just wanted to add stuff to whatever they were doing, but it wasn't working.
So when did you start your career as a producer?
So that was what made me leave that setting.
Okay.
But to be honest, it wasn't a conscious. Yeah, I just I was leaving the band at the time because I felt like I wasn't doing enough there, and sometimes it was much harder to now get playing time because I had to fight for playing time with some OG guys, that played in the bands at the time. So you can't just come as a youngin and just enter and start showing yourself all the time. So cause I wasn't getting enough playing time, I just kind of stopped going to church that much. Cause music was really it was my gateway to the church. Really, that's what I was there for. That's what I wanted to. That's all I wanted to do. So not getting enough playing time in the band kind of made me. It was just one of those days I went somewhere to, get some games for myself, and uh, I found a DAW music workstation type thing. So I didn't know where it was at the time. I didn't consciously go to look for it, but I found it. I saw it had some music things on this. I was like, you know what? I think I'll take this home. I took that home, took some games home as well, and that was kind of where it started for me, really, to be honest. I mean, I did make Love Antity before Godly, but Love Antity didn't go crazy till, so Godly was the one that made people look for me or check out, who this person might be. It was Godly, to be honest. Or Mali,
What
really.
year were we talking about?
Godly was 2020. Was Godly 2020? Yeah, I think it was 20. Oh yeah, I had done a bunch. I had done can I remember? I had done a bunch of songs with CK. Like I said, Love Antity as well, but Love Antity wasn't. He hadn't done anything crazy at that time, so that's why I said Godly, because Godly was the one that dropped and it just went crazy. CK is Omale, is Joe Boy, is Victoni. I really can't. I've done something with Jason Derulo recently. World, Black Bones, just a bunch of guys. Yeah, man. First of all, invest in yourself and believe in yourself. You really have to believe in what you're doing, because and I feel like they go hand in hand. Because if you don't believe in yourself, you might not be confident enough to put money or to put resources into what you do. So when you do that, it can also be really easy to, put all those other resources in, and you just kind of sit back and just, you don't know what to do. But just really believing, whatever it is that you're doing. No situation is the same, when it comes to this, really, because sometimes you win some, you lose some, and I'm somebody that like to exert my own, I have to do it the way I want it. It has to come out the way I want it to come out. So I feel like the artist trusting you has to come in play. And you also trusting the person has come in play. But you have to understand the dynamics of the relationship. Okay. So if it's somebody that I have to lead this thing, you have to listen to me. That's my vibe. Or if you're somebody that, you've proven yourself, in what you do in songs that we've both made some previous songs, then I can allow you have a say. But to be honest, it's always a back and forth on a bunch of songs, really. Like Soweto, same thing. He didn't like a bunch of things. He didn't like the entire thing, to be honest. So I had to convince. It still wasn't working. It became a bit of an argument. But at the end of the day, that's why I say you have to believe in what you're doing. So I believe in what I do. So that's why I can tell you, this thing is going to work, or let's do it this way, it's going to work. And I mean, 9 times out of 10, it does. Because we had so much back and forth regarding the song, and he not liking what he had done on the song, he didn't like the entire vibe of the song, which was crazy to me. So because he just didn't do enough on the song just has one verse. So because the song just has one verse, I had to whistle the rest of the song just so it could be a complete song. Just so it could be a complete song. And even the verse, down to like the chorus or whatever, I had to write about half of that just so we could make this thing a song. Because he wasn't like, it just felt like someone that didn't want to move, and it was like, nah, I'm not feeling this. It's like, bro, let's just keep doing it. Nah, his pen game is ridiculous. Like, Victoni is amazing. Like, I reached out to work with him because I heard something in him at the time. So it has nothing to do, because what made me even love the song and initially was what he did. Because we started recording, and he laid this color your broken don't go this logo though, but he did drop me like Ogbono. And it's like we stopped there. And that was when he started saying, nah, he's not feeling it. And I was like, there's no way you start a song like this and you're telling me you're not feeling it. We must finish this thing. At least let's see where, we're going. So I had to push, and at some point, man, it wasn't movable. So I had to help to like write the rest of the song, and then we got to a certain point. I couldn't write past that, so I had to whistle for the entire thing. So yeah, I don't know what a song must have, Sha, but for me, I must like it. I must feel it, because if I don't like it, I don't know. I really must like it, and I like emotions in my music. I really like to inject emotions in my music. I don't know how, but I don't know if thinking about certain things that have happened or that are happening to me at the time help in like getting me to do that. But I just really like to put people. I feel like I make music for people that wear headsets all the time.
Oh, really?
So the songs just happen to play in clubs and everything. Like I
Was
want
it good
to,
for that?
yeah. I usually want to help you cry if you need to cry, or just go back to whatever. And usually when I can bring myself to that state where my own music is getting me really really emotional, then it's going to work on anybody. Man, 10K is it's not even it's not even crazy, because I was watching something yesterday with Timbaland, or I think I was last week, and he said he oh you watched that, and he said he used to charge about 250 at the time, and
$1,000.
all the youngins there were just, they were very shocked. But and then he said something that resonated with me that I already knew. It's about adding value to your work. So now I feel like, I don't know, producers, I don't know, a lot of us are in this very funny place where you don't really know how much, you don't value your work, you don't put any sort of value. So, and he did mention that beats are cheaper these days and easier to find.
$20 sometimes.
Easier to find. You pay $20, they give you 3 beats, they give you one with extra one.
Buy one, get one free.
So that's cool for everybody. But for me, I just know I put value on my work first of all.
You're eating now, right?
Bruh, I've been eating. But yeah, I put value on my work, and it has to work for me too. Like from budget, like you said, down to paperwork, which is the most important, really. Down to paperwork, your percentages, and all of that. I always make sure all of that is for me. For me, yeah,
What's your tag? I know, but
mad. It's mad.
I just said,
So
like,
I have
with that
with the
energy,
mad.
bro.
But yeah, I have that one. I used to use Tempo, just some girl calling my name, and I have a couple variations of that one still, But I feel like if you find what works for you, you can keep it, but it shouldn't disturb the song.
Yeah.
As long as it works as long as it works, like it shouldn't be like whenever I'm even placing my tags, I try to not I make sure it's not clashing with whatever the artist is doing. I make sure it's not on top of what, because for me the entire music is much more important for me, But to be honest, I feel like tags really go a long way for you.
Especially for nowadays.
Yeah, for nowadays. And bro, to be honest, there's been cases where I didn't put tags on my songs or on my music, my beats, really, and it allowed people to steal them for that moment, really, because they still got caught and I got my music back. But it allowed people to feel like, oh, they could take this, or but I feel like if it has your tag on it, then they might have like second thoughts on like doing any of that. Like I said, man, first of all, value on your work is really important. Value what you do. Value what you do. Don't give anybody anything for cheap, and then or you don't sign anything and then you come back later to cry. Like I don't really I don't care about that, So don't charge or take anything that you feel like that you're going to be mad about when the song pops. So whatever you're taking, just I don't know, accept that even if this song pops tomorrow, I'm fine with whatever this thing is.
Because you have to plan everything from the get-go as you cooking.
Really, like you don't just take money for child today. We think we use chop this week. I know, is there are people in that situations, but I've also come from that place too. But I never really. I mean, I never really compromised so much that it hurts me.
Okay.
So you always put value. Don't deceive yourself. Don't say you charge $50K when you've not worked up to that point. Say what you like, put value and do it confidently. If you know that I'm worth this, my work is worth it, it's worth this, then you're going to say that confidently and you're not going to care what anybody thinks. Secondly, man, like I said, invest in yourself. And lastly, I know people don't get to say this a lot, but if you need time to rest and just chill out, man, just chill out. Don't.
It's like an artist having a writing block.
Yeah, man. Just chill out. Don't feel like, oh, this person is out doing this, so I have to. Don't kill yourself, man. Just relax, let it come to you, But at the same time, don't be lazy, man. Push, but don't let what someone else is doing, mess things up for you. Just do things at your own time. Yes, that's it. Yes.
So which one is your favorite?
All of them, man. Our percussions are crazy. I find out new African percussions like every time I look.
From other African countries apart from whatever we heard.
There's like South American percussions like the Brazilians and all. They have their own things going on too.
Samba.
Yeah, they do have their own things, but I feel like it's all still connected to Africa at the end of the day. So I take pieces of, even Indian percussions, their percussions, they really speak to me. So it's really just about knowing how to incorporate them in what you're doing, really. But African percussions, man, or African instruments, top. Nah, man. So the thing is, the way I see those workstations is they're all just a means to an end.
Okay.
You feel me? Like, for me, I'm trying to bring what I have here, outside here. So I already have something that does that for me. I use FL Studio, I use Logic, by the way, too. So I feel like those two is enough for me to create, replicate whatever it is that I'm trying to do. So if you need, 3 softwares to do that for you. And I also feel like for some people, changing softwares can be a form of inspiration for them too. But me, I'm just...
Have you tried Ableton Live as well? Have you tried it before?
I've tried Ableton, but it didn't work for me. I've tried...
And it's good for DJing. I used to DJ.
Oh, yeah, I know. It has a bunch of... I know. Yeah, but it just didn't work for me. I've used Logic to make one song that came out. I made the beat on Logic, and I didn't use FL Studio or nothing. I think that's a CK and Blackbone song, but that's the only time I tried to. I don't even know how that came about, man. I don't know how it worked, but it did. Nah. I don't know. I've just always believed in what I was, in what I've been doing. I've always just believed that. I feel like that sounds cliche to say, but I've always just believed. I didn't know it was going to happen the exact way it happened, but I really was just chilling and just doing what I've always done, man. As much time as I need. Like, sometimes to make one piece of music, like to make a beat, it might take me a week. Not because I can't just wrap it up and just send it to whoever. It's just...
Is it true that some people make this beat in 2 minutes, 1 minute?
Bro, like, people make beats... I mean, 2 minutes is I don't know, that's funny, but yeah, I know, it might just be like a 10 minutes, 20 minutes, I just made this real quick. That happens quite a lot. I've made some beats like that too, but with me, even if I make a beat in 10 minutes, I send it out, or I make a song with an artist there, I'll still need time to sit with the song by myself and actually finish it. So even if making the demo takes 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 1 minute, to make it a whole song, that would take me some time. Yeah, I really used to listen to the radio when I was living with my folks, the ones that introduced me to the Anglican church. So they didn't really let me watch too much TV. So I was always listening to the radio. Like I knew all the charts, I knew all the songs, I knew all of those things. But at that time, I wasn't producing really. Like I wasn't making music for people. I was I was just listening and just taking stuff in, and I was in the band at the time. So I don't know, the feeling of hearing a song I made on the radio, I feel like that feeling, I don't know. I don't think I can touch it right now anymore. It's a blur. Oh, you really need me to mention people?
Yeah, if you can.
First of all, SARS, Don Jazzy, Tempo.
Don't mention him twice now, so
That counts as one. Nah, it's three. It's three so far. So there's SARS, it's Don Jazzy, it's Tempo. Let me see.
I'll make it 10 if you like.
Yeah, you know what? Let me just call it, man. Sheezy, Legendary Beats. Chopsticks made last. So that's crazy. Cause these guys have been grinding from like way back, and like they're still giving us this amazing music right now. So Chopsticks definitely. The new guys, London is amazing. Magic Sticks made the Ashake album. Bro, Nigeria is blessed with I feel like Nigerian producers are the best in the continent, man. Probably in the world, but let me stop there. Before I go talk past myself. So I always, I don't know. I'm really picky with the people that I work with. I'm really, really picky. So sometimes my team, they might send somebody to yo, are you trying to work with this person? Person might be big, but I just would not feel like doing it. Maybe at the time, maybe at some other time, I might feel like doing it because I really like to, like I said, I like to exert my own ideas, man. So if I'm in a situation where I can't really talk or I can't really tell you, yo, I think we should mute this and do something else, or, oh, why don't you try it like this, man? I mean, I might just rock with you for that session, but I'll probably not do it anymore. Yeah, I probably won't come back, man.
Just bound the song and send it to that person, or you scrap it.
It just depends on, sometimes if the song if it's bad, if I feel like, nah, this is not going anywhere, even if you as the artist, you want the song, I probably will send it to you.
Oh, but if the money's right, I'm not doing it for money, so.
Yeah, but man, some money can choke, man.
Yeah.
Some money can really choke. So if the money choke, yeah, I'll send it to you.
Okay.
So I don't take people saying, oh, I know this person's beats without even hearing that. I don't really take that as a compliment. I don't know why, but it never really comes because I feel like that means you're not, because I like to try new things. I like to experiment. I like to add new things to my music. So like the whistle thing, it really just came to me. So and before that, it's been a bunch of things that have been coming to me. You feel me? That I add to the music. So very soon we are going to get past this one, and I'll be onto something else. So I don't know, man. Just be yourself, man. Don't do too much, man. Just be yourself. Don't try to do too much. Because I don't know, people get around artists sometimes, and they start to act weird, and they are not even weird in real life. So just be yourself, man. Do what you need to do. We said if they don't ask you any question, keep quiet. Nothing. I don't do anything conscious to stay relevant. I just do me, and I just keep making music. And bruh, I'm open for anything, man. Like the universe just keep. I believe in myself. I believe in a higher power, and um, I'm going to be here for a really, really long time. So I don't know how to tell somebody else to like help. I don't know. I just know for myself. I'm going to be here for a really long time. Um, People that don't like my face, they'll see me here for. I'll be here for too long. Yeah, man. Right now, man. Right now, it's Soweto,
Wow.
my record with Victoni, because that's my first ever record, and the fact that it came out like that, and it's just doing something that's mental. It means so much to me because where I'm from, producers don't really. I don't know if it's the climate, but I feel like it's really a win for me to, come from where I'm coming from,
So where you from?
Nigeria.
Yeah, like maybe like area.
I mean,
Or you just talking general, like Nigeria in general.
yeah, I mean, there's a couple producers. There's producers that have like released records and everything, but um, I feel like it's much tougher for producers, to be honest. So for me to drop my first song and it just went crazy like this, that really means so much to me. Cause the rest, I have a
Try
bunch of memories. Look, man, if you ever feel like people or anybody stole your work, you don't need to come online to say much. You don't need to make a social media thing. Just get a legal team to get your music back for you, because the Nigerian space is crazy. It's really crazy for creatives. It's really crazy. And you have, people that are all the way up here, they just, yeah, they just come and they whine you and they take what you have. So I feel like very soon I'll be really open to,
to discuss about.
yeah, like big time, properly. So, but right now, man, I don't, I really, because I'm giving you value, so you have to give me some form of value back. So if I already feel like, nah, this is just not worth my time, I don't do it. Like I said earlier, I just don't do it. I don't care how big or small you are. If I feel like it's just not worth my time, I just won't do it. Now there are situations that, people, they'll pay your session fee, like whatever it is, they'll pay it just for you to like come through, or just for them to come through. They have to pay it. That's paying for my time.
Yeah, so it's not.
But there's also situations where it would be stupid for you to ask the person who pay me some money before, because that could be a situation that could do so much for you.
Oh, okay.
So you just have to be smart. There's no
You have
one
to know
way.
the plan of the artist as well. Like
Nah, you have to just know for yourself. Really, it has to be. There's no, because yeah, some artists could have the money to pay you for that time, but it might not be in your best interest to say, "Oh, now pay some money before I pull up." You might have to just go there and do what you do. And let them see, what you got going on. Give them a song, an amazing song. Then you can charge whatever you feel like. But sometimes, take your money before you link up with anybody, just so you don't waste your time. So it's left to you to know how to play this, when, for who, and who to do this with.
So, is it true that there's a lot of money in the industry now?
There's so much money in the
There's
industry.
a lot of money, like $1 billion.
There's as much money as you can get for yourself. Again, Soweto.
Okay, wow. Shout out to Soweto. So why Soweto, man?
Because unlike the other songs, Soweto is my song,
Okay.
and people really, really love and connect to the beat itself, like the whistles and people really connect with. Like I've had people tell me, "Oh, you take the vocals out of this song, and they'll still vibe to the song." I'm almost moved to just drop the instrumental like that, just release it for people to just listen, and so I don't know. The song really means a lot to me. I feel like so far, the past 2 years, I've whatever position that I've been in, I've played my part like crazily well. So I'm just here to help push the culture really. I don't care from what corner it is that I'm doing it from, really. But, you go feel I'm at the end of the day. Oh, I have a bunch of things that I'm working on already. Um, I don't know how much of them I have here, but in 6 months to I think the next 6 months, by next year, that should be out. Really big stuff. I try to keep up with what's happening in other cultures as much as I can. Not like it's I have to check out this. I just really naturally listen to whatever, and because I pick inspirations from everywhere. But regarding trends, I might only just take just an element from what's popping and add it to whatever you're doing, but to just jump on something and just, that's not really not been my thing, really. But you just have to be wise to not really stray too far from what's happening. Like you have to take, especially if you're in this business of giving hits, really. So you just have to be wise, smart about it, so you don't sound like the next person. So that's a personal thing. It depends. If well, if we've been trying and it's just not been working, man. Like I said, chill out, relax, just go do something else. Drake said it in one of his interviews, like the reason he doesn't like having like people over for sessions is some nights it just doesn't happen. It just doesn't work. Whatever it is you're trying to achieve just does not work. And now, if that night is the night with 20 people that have come around to see something happen, yeah, it might be a downer, but just chill out, man. If the artist needs to chill out, go out, smoke out, bruh, just it's music, man. It's not for that mass, man. Hmm. How I collaborate with them. I collaborate freely, man. I collaborate freely, uh, but being alone is really essential for me, no matter who I'm working with or how many people it is. So I could be working with 3 people, five, 10, but I have to be by myself to even help you achieve like whatever it is that you have in mind or whatever you've had in your imagination. But at the same time, I'm not rigid, like I'm really flexible. What's the I don't know. Just flexibility, man. At the time, we always used to send ideas back and forth. Like, yo, listen to this. He would send me a bunch of stuff to, yo, listen to this. I want you to work on this. I send him beats. He'll send me ideas. So, Love Fantasy was just one of those ideas that he sent. It just happened to be, and thankfully, because I didn't work on all of them, and also he didn't like all the things I sent to him. So I'm just thankful that I agreed or I loved that one enough to work on this. So you could come with your money, but if I don't like what I'm hearing, I just might not work on it. I just might not take it. So I have to like what's going on for me to really enter into the song. So yeah, he sent me a demo, something light, really can't remember, but I just did my thing on it. He sent back, he sent back. So it was just a bunch of back and forth. Right, it's happened, man.
He sing as well.
Thank God. It's happened already, man. That's the thing. It's really the way the industry and the world works, man. Like it's on to the next thing, man. Yeah, I probably will. Maybe, because I don't know. I feel like I'm a really old school. Like and I'm an old soul. So you know how producers they make a song, it drops, and then like the next week you're already doing how I made this. I'm just not that type of person. Like I want you to just keep imagining how the fuck was this made.
Mm.
Sorry, I'm cursing,
Mm.
but I just want you to keep imagining how did this happen. I mean, at some point, I'll probably share things to people that want them, but so first of all, I don't even buy into that because
Mm.
2 minutes. One, first of all, I don't buy into it. Secondly, you, if your song, if you're making music and you feel like this song has given everything it needs to give at 1 minute, broski, cut it there
Okay.
and drop what you need to drop. You know, like I said, I've never really bought into that idea of songs these days are now short, because fans, you drop it, they say, oh, this is too short. You drop a long one, they say it's too long. So you can never really, bro. Songs used to be 6-7 minutes before. So I'm sure when it started becoming, I'm sure when it started becoming 3 minutes, people had these conversations. Like, why are songs now 3 minutes or 4 minutes? Now is why are songs 2 minutes? So I don't know, man. Dropping a couple projects.
Okay.
Um.
You're gonna be singing or inviting your friends.
So the thing is,
Join.
I express myself in as many ways as I feel like. So if you happen to hear something that has me singing or doing something on it, then that's just another way of me expressing myself. Like I'm not going to allow anybody, oh, this is what you should, oh, you're this, because I've never really heard people going crazy to like a whistle solo before, but now people are going crazy to a whistle solo. So I'll just keep expressing myself however I feel like. Vote wisely. That's all I can say. I'm not here to make anybody. Just vote wisely, man. Get your PVCs and vote wisely. Vote for your future, man. Cause guy, there's been cases where I negotiated paperwork and upfronts before even touching anything. There were also cases where, but in all of this, my upfront is not just never messed with. I always get my upfront if that's what you were asking. I always get my upfront wherever the case may be. But for me, the main thing is the contracts, the paperwork. So they always come. They always come. Even whether it's before the song drops, whatever the case may be, they always come. Because really, like when Love Wanting Blue, I remember they were giving like CK like lots of flack for the song and calling it whatever. But it's like that's just another medium for it. There's been so many mediums that songs have blown through. That's just another one, and it just happens to be an app. So I'm sure there are songs that are picked up on Twitter, on Instagram. So for me, the idea is to make something that we both love. Most of my songs, before they come out, like a month, 2 months, whatever the case may be, before they come out, bro, I'm blasting them like every time. I'm playing them every time. So if I can't play and enjoy a song that I made, that's a problem. So I'm playing it, I'm having a good time. I play them for my friends, people that are close. Sometimes they get it, sometimes they don't. But that's the fun in it, because when you play a song for somebody and they're not really getting it in like 6 months' time, when it comes out and it just destroys the entire place, it does something to them, and I love that feeling of what it does to them. So I have to enjoy whatever it is that we're making first. If it comes out and happens to blow up on some app, or I really don't care, man. As long as it gets to the people, I genuinely don't care.
You brought a certificate here. Let's see what's that.
Oh, so I just got this today
Wow, congratulations.
from my guys at BMI.
Let me.
It's for Love Wanting. It's my real name here. Yeah, man.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I couldn't make it to the show in London. It was a bummer, but
Nice.
love.
So, how can people reach out to you on social media?
Tempo _ TEMPOE_ on Twitter, on Instagram, on TikTok, on everywhere that you could possibly look for me.